Hello, and welcome to the Bum Breaks. So, yes, a chessboard, but this is not a normal game of chess. Yes, going to build some chess sculptures out of this chessboard. So, I had a bit of practice actually. Did this in when did I do this? Did this in Byron Bay. Was that the first stint? I think it was the first stint. Just do a bit of build up. Yeah, I think that was the first stint. Yes, it was Byron Bay. He was playing some trivia actually. He was playing trivia and then just got completely bored of the trivia, and just started building sculptures out of the chess pieces, and then backed it up at Wake Up on the beach, and actually built a proper set. I did take a pic of that particular design, but I don't know. I can't really refer to that. I can't stream and look at that design at the same time. So anyway, but I can sort of remember. But anyway, we'll see how we go. This is sort of work in progress. This is work in progress. So yes, start with a rook. That. Yeah, and obviously it depends on the pieces. And I don't think you can place it over there. No, that's not going to work. But upside down should work because it's kind of flat. So that's kind of trivial. But you don't want to put that's kind of obvious. So you want to put something else. I don't know. Maybe a castle. Maybe a castle. So we'll put a knight like that. I mean, the other thing is you can do some smart thing and I don't know, hook it on like that. No, that's not going to work. But anyway, we'll just start off quite simple. Like that, and just sort of, I don't know, we might have to improvise a bit as we go and maybe change the configuration. Did some smart stuff, like, sort of balanced stuff as well. And you want to kind of mix the colours a bit just to make it, not always, but you kind of want to, if you see what I'm sort of getting at. And that's not really going to balance. Oh, no, it's touching, so not even that. I don't think these pieces are as user-friendly as what we had in... Yeah, the one at Wake Up was very good for some reason. Because it's because it's cylindrical, it's not going to... Maybe that's kind of got a better hook on it. Even the chess set's kind of falling apart as well. I'm not sure these pieces are going to work very well. The other thing is, could you actually achieve a triple? I don't know. Maybe we'll try a triple. So it kind of makes sense with the rook. So we can sort of get that far, and that is kind of flat. So maybe that. So maybe that. Yeah, that should work. I think. Yeah. Okay. So managed a triple. I don't think I've done a triple before. It's only because it's hollow, because there's no, as you can see, it's hollow, which is typically not the case. So you just have to kind of, depending on the design. Maybe that's it. I don't know what else you can actually do with this set. It's just not ideal. It's a very weird, kind of set, kind of cheap set. No, it's just not going to balance. Hang on, it's gonna, because of the rotational momentum. No, it's the what's the word I'm looking for? Like you know when you used to go to 7-Eleven and buy a Gorilla Dog, the rotational inertia, I think it is. Yeah, it's a rotational inertia is too great. I think that's what it is. So it's not gonna. There's no or maybe that. Or maybe that. Even that. It kind of looks like you could balance something on that head of that knight, but even that's kind of quite tricky in itself. Yeah, or maybe that. No, I don't know. Well, okay, at least managed a triple actually, because I never really achieved that before. So, that was sort of interesting. What else? Okay, so at least I've got 2 more rooks, so I could do some. We can at least achieve this, or maybe that, and then balance something on top. Would that be possible? Probably not, but it's worth it. Okay, so we can sort of get that far. So could you actually? This is not very stable though. This is. Yeah. Could you actually balance something on top of that? That would actually be quite impressive. Don't know if anyone's ever achieved that before, but I don't know if that's really possible. But yeah, we'll start talking tennis. Yeah. No, I think I could maybe start. I could pull something off, maybe a little bit better. Oh, by the way, no. So I recovered these stickers. Yeah, these minuscule ant stickers. So I'm going to build them. So I've got something. Made a few picks. Built something in the dorm. 227 White Central, Adelaide. So every dorm now. Well, since Byron. So from Byron, that was really elaborate actually. On top of that locker. There is a locker here, but it's hard to get up the top anyway, and I don't know. No one's really gonna. Yeah. I mean, Byron's kind of it is kind of the place to do that sort of thing. And of course got kind of well received. Now I could have got an ant built, but I would have had to go to the. In fact, I could still do that actually. Instead of going to the workshop, I just pay them like $15 or $20 or something, and they can just build me an ant. That is a possibility. It seems a bit weird because you're meant to do the workshop, but I mean, if you want things built, you just pay people. And like they would have never built an ant before. It doesn't matter if you're an expert in pottery. Yeah, you could build anything potentially. An ant is actually quite simple, so could potentially do that. But anyway, went from the Byron to Wake Up. Now, I never got really recognised at Wake Up, but I got a copy of that cowboy or cowgirl hat. Went to Sidebar, and they had a theme night of kind of a bull riding and so on, or country theme, and got that hat and left the hat there, and also got a couple of deodorants, and so put some of these stickers on the deodorants as well. I think I ended up went back for 2, so got one. I generally go back for a second, just to just to make it worthwhile. Obviously don't use any of these products. I just use them for the art pieces. So I usually use all the whatever Baron is given on that particular meet, if that makes sense. So whatever the freebies or whatever's going, I create an art piece out of that within the dorm space. And that's right. I had the calligraphy. Yeah, went to the festival, the Granny Smith Festival out at Eastwood that runs every year, and they always have calligraphy. It's sort of the area, it's an Asian or Chinese area, and I got someone to write calligraphy or something like "I love ants," and put that right at the front. It was actually it wasn't a locker. It was on a stand on the top bunk, and use some blue tack to put that calligraphy, and then on the back. So I had that and put I didn't put the flyer because there wasn't enough space for the flyer. But I put a card there, and probably put the poem. So just the back of the business card as the poem. So I thought it was quite good. You just have to utilise the space and the facilities that you got, and it's always going to be different in each particular hostel or dorm. So that actually went quite well, and I mean, I didn't get any feedback or anything, but yeah. And so when Baron leaves, obviously takes photos and then posts it on the Facebook group of that hostel. So, and the other thing at the Bondi Beach was when we were on the walk from Bondi to Coogee, there were whales, and live streamed the whales, and I posted that video on the Facebook group for the Wake Up Bondi Beach. So, yeah. In fact, I'll probably post this. Yes, I'll put a link to this video as well on there. Yes, all very nice. Okay, so back to the Yeah, okay, so back to the chest. This is kind of, just don't know really what we can do. Yeah, the one at Wake Up one of each, very good. So, and actually created something quite sort of artistic. Was here and actually utilised all the pieces. But I just don't think you can really do much with this. Oh, unless you do something like that. Is that going to work? It's too much. There's too much rotational inertia on this, so it's not very. Yeah. So it's not going to balance very well at all. I mean, you could just stack them. I mean, the other thing is you just sort of stack them. That could be an interesting sort of concept, because you could actually stack. So maybe we stack a 2 point. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe we do a 2.71. So yeah, we should be able to pull that off. So if you just look at the Baron here. Okay, so got the nail polish, the 271, which of course is the first three numbers of E, transcendental number E, playing off a Novak COVID joke, missing an E, denied up to 3 slams due to COVID. So yeah, so all we got to do, we could actually stack that and make that. This is where you're going to have to be maybe just a little bit innovative here. So maybe just build towers rather than sort of other. And so there should be 7 pawns. I don't know. This is, in fact, no, we can only get 4. I think 4 is the limit. Yeah, because it's going to. Yeah, it's not going to get 5. Actually, no, it's not going to get 5. Oh, actually, yeah, we got 5. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's not gonna hold that. Okay, so maybe just do this. The only problem is, yes, you can't even do the 271 if you do the 2-7 separately, because you can't actually hold 7. I don't know how we're going to get around that one. So yeah, maybe that's not even going to work. Yes, unless we do pi, which is what, 3.14. Yeah, you could actually do pi 14128 or something, isn't it? Pi. So. And then, of course, there is the Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, there is a Fibonacci, isn't there? Maybe we build a Fibonacci somehow. Built that Fibonacci on that Kino. Oh, where was Baron? I think it was the night of the Beatles, wasn't it? It was the night of the Beatles. Was in Parks. Was it Parks or Orange? I think it was Parks. And got a Kino card and managed to put the Fibonacci, and of course it starts 0, so it goes 0. It goes 0. So it goes 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So you know what 2, 3, 5, 8. The Fibonacci number, of course, of the postcode of Uralla, which the Baron visited and had the Fibonacci park, and for the 0. Use the Kino, so use the 0 from Kino and just coloured that in. So even that managed to get around that too. Oh, and that's right. So and I had 2 1s. I had to use 2 separate 1s. So there was the main board and there was another board in order to get the 2 1s. So you got to be a little bit sort of innovative in these sort of things. But I mean, if you did that consistently, if you went around to every pub and did that particular sequence of the Fibonacci numbers until you get up to whatever, you're obviously going to run numbers eventually, but you just do what you can, and then you use that same sequence, because the Kino card's going to be the same in every pub, or at least within state anyway. Then I don't know, people would sort of take notice, or more to the point, the hotel manager's going to go, oh, what's going on here? You know, this guy, this random phantom guy, is going around to every pub. Just circling these particular numbers and not actually playing the Kino. And then they're going to say, well, why is he circling those specific numbers? And then I guess they'll eventually work it out. It might take a bit of time, but they'll just realise, it's a Fibonacci sequence. We said, well, yeah. So yes, you could potentially do that. Or maybe you'd have to fill them in ahead. Yeah, so you don't want to waste time going to each pub. All you need to do is you just get a whole lot of the cards, and then you just fill them in. You know, maybe run a syndicate out of this, and then you just get 100 people, and they fill out whatever 10 cards each, and then they just go around to each pub, and they just put the cards. And maybe you focus on the number of the tables for each Fibonacci number or something, I don't know. So yes, you could get maybe just a little bit cryptic on this as well. I mean, it would actually get recognised if you went to sort of that much effort and with that kind of with that amount of consistency. So it's like you're saying, well, you know, you couldn't care less about playing Keno. That's completely boring. I'm gonna create some sort of art piece out of these pieces of paper. That's what would make it impressive. It would probably actually make the news if you did that over quite a long period of time. Yeah. So yes, and then maybe, I don't know, throw on a few chess pieces or something. Okay, so where we're going to go from here, I don't exactly know. I think it's a starmate. Yeah, I think it's a starmate. A starmate is when you're unsure between whether it's a stalemate or a checkmate. Yes, that's what a stalemate is. So yes, it would be good to balance something on top of that, and maybe we should give that a go. Or maybe it could work with the king. That would look kind of ideal, because then you kind of are castling. So if we just kind of get this maybe a bit more aligned. Okay, so if we get the king on top of that, I don't know, just stand it up. Maybe just stand it up. Obviously, don't do this while you're drunk or horizontal. Oh, okay. So yeah, well, yeah, that would have been quite impressive, but it's really not quite that straightforward. So look, it just comes down to the chess pieces at the end of the day, and yeah, that one in Byron, just perfect. So yeah. So anyway, still got the minuscule ant. Stickers. Okay, so I'm going to put these. I'm going to create the art piece. Could actually run a stream of Baron creating these art pieces in the hostels. That would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? Because I don't just make it like on the spot. It kind of evolves over the time, or usually over the week that Baron stays at the hostel. So you could actually see it kind of evolving, and the decision making that Baron does to actually create these art pieces out of the dorms. But I plan to put a few of the stickers. So I put the stickers on the cans themselves. In fact, the cans were actually completely full. I didn't even empty them at all, and I basically glued them or band-aided the two cans together, one upside down, using the stickers as to kind of hold it together, and of course created a trail going around the can itself. So what I'm planning to do is just have a few stickers just lying on the ground. I could put a few actually make like a squiggle or a bit or on the flyer, or maybe next to it. I've got those two fan things from the, yeah, that's right, those two fans from the Adelaide, or from the University of Adelaide Festival. And initially I got one, but I got one on the way out, and one of them is pink, which sort of matches the colour of the heart in the minuscule ant flyer, so it works quite well actually, that pink and white. I was walking past, some guys sort of shouted out Roselle or something, because, you know, Roselle is kind of pink and white. So yeah, can't really much. Having said that, yeah, there are some other pieces of, they're just drafts, because on the back of the drafts, but I'm not sure you can do much with the drafts, so maybe we just have to concede there. But yeah, it's not quite kind of trivial, is it? I mean, you could carry around your own chess set, which works really well, or maybe I mean you could just manufacture something that works really well, like, you know, it's kind of, and you make it out as if, oh no, it's just a normal chess set. Yeah, that would be impressive actually. And then you build like these really like elaborate sculptures, but you've got to carry around the chess set. I guess that's not really a problem, is it? Yeah, and you could do that, but you'd have to get it manufactured though, wouldn't you? Yeah, that would look really impressive actually. So, but yeah. Okay, so yes, tomorrow. Okay, so there was the protest going on. sort of left it. I got stalled kind of in the road. I don't know what happened, but I sort of left it. And there was the Israel yesterday, so and then today. So yeah, you just find stuff as you travel. But incidentally, sort of over the past year, well, at least the start of this year had Elvis at Mount Isa. It was just after Anzac Day. I remember that, just after Anzac Day. Also, just recently got the Beatles at Parks. And again, we've done some jazz as well. In fact, Mozart, I should say. Mozart it was the 25th. I remember it was the 25th, the eve of Baron's birthday. Now that was last year at the Sydney Opera House, which of course was 50 years of the Opera House, and saw a Mozart concert. And then of course there was the Emma Pask Jazz at Kirrawee High School. And that one's very interesting because Baron also had a school reunion that weekend as well. I think it was so Baron had the 21st of September. That was a Saturday night, but on the previous night was the 20th, and that's when Emma Pask. Well, it wasn't actually a school reunion as such. It was 30 years since forming the James Morrison, being part of the James Morrison band. So yeah, I guess you could say it was a school reunion because yes, obviously Emma Pask and Baron are the same age. This is going back to 1994, and incidentally, both went to KHS. Both went to Baron Clara High, and of course Emma Pask Kirrawee, and of course both the same age. So that's what made it intriguing. Yeah, just the fact it was on the same weekend as well. And on the same weekend, and on top of that, the Baron did write a piece. You can find that on the strategicgames.com.au. You go to the Baron Rakes section and wrote a piece, I think something like Mass Matters at KHS 30th reunion. Yeah, and I started off because it was on the 21st of September, so 21st of the 9th, and of course 21 plus 9 equals 30. And the other thing was what was the other thing? The other thing was six being a perfect number. That's right. So so 21 plus 9 gives you the 30, and then the 30 minus 6 being a perfect number, then gives you the 24, being the year 24. So started off with that, then got onto the Novak COVID joke, and then had to relate the Novak COVID joke of the 2.71 with the what Baron actually posted in the yearbook, and it was tennis. It may not have been tennis, it might have been sport, but it doesn't matter. Sport, because it was kind of generalised, but I think I did state tennis, and also the hero Matt Murphy. That was quite difficult actually. That was a few revisions to get that. Anyway, you can read it. And I had to relate the Novak COVID joke of 271 to both, because Don White was Baron's maths teacher. That's kind of trivial because what was it? Yeah, there was a Don White and the Michael Gold. That's right. The Don White and the Michael Gold. So it started off with that and had the white and the gold nail polish. Now use the something you can read it. It was something to do with Michael 7 from the 7 in the 2.71, and then the 7 from that, and then the Don wasn't it 3? Yeah, that's right, something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, then the Don the 3. So 271. So 2 plus 1 3. And then it was something like I had to relate it to Dan Murphy's. That's right, Dan Murphy's. Or Dan Murphy. Yeah, Dan Murphy's, which of course closest to Matt Murphy. And yes, it was Matthew 7, and then Dan 3. So yeah, managed to cover that, and also link that due to the fact that vodka, the Dan Murphy's is a liquor store, and vodka is in Novak Djokovic. So yeah, it was pretty difficult stuff, but managed to actually achieve that, and so there was a piece on that. So yes. managed to achieve all these particular genres. Yeah. And the Shakespeare. Yeah, I've got to mention the Shakespeare. Of course, the Shakespeare, which was at Broken Hill, the Bell Shakespeare. That was fantastic, actually. And it wasn't just playing out a Shakespeare play. It was like, it was comedy, it was humour. It was kind of a send-up as well. It wasn't the whole play, and it wasn't just like playing out the play. So very, very well done. Free performance incidentally as well, but so yes. And why was that important? Because it was 400 years since the complete works. Now when I spoke to the organisers, they didn't actually realise that for some reason. No, they didn't realise that. So Barron had to fill them in, and of course Barron went to Hartford, which is where they had the book, the original book, and took a pic of that, of course, of the complete works of Shakespeare, and that book itself is 400 years old. So yes, and struggled to get a Shakespeare play travelling in the US. So yes, it's actually 401 this year. So yes, because couldn't get the 400 last year. So, but nevertheless, managed to get the Shakespeare. And also Mozart, but also more significantly Elvis. I mean, it's pretty difficult to get Elvis. Yes, they have the festival at Parks, but I mean that's kind of cheating because they have a whole festival. So because Barron just turns up in Mount Isa, got the Elvis, and then just recently got the Beatles. I mean that is some big slick we're talking. Beatles, Elvis, Shakespeare, and Mozart as well. I don't know. What about Bach, Chopin, and Vitry? I don't know. So yes. So although I did see, I don't know. Maybe in fact I went to some other random stuff as well. Yeah, I did see some more classicals somewhere as well, but it was nothing like the Mozart. Yes. Oh, very nice. Okay, I think we'll leave it there. And that was Burn Breaks.